Okay, now please be prepared for what you're going to hear. Human trafficking does happen in other parts of the world, less known parts like Cambodia. You hear about human trafficking in Afghanistan or maybe some parts of Mexico. But do you ever hear about human trafficking, child trafficking, sexual slavery, organ trafficking here in California? We have Kimberly.MTS here. She works for California Against Slavery, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what they do to combat human trafficking and about the laws they're trying to strengthen so that we can live safer and our children can have a better future here in California. So, welcome. Thanks.
Hello. I just want to say thank you to Gia for organizing this event and to everybody who could make it today. This is definitely a cause I feel very passionately about. So I feel very honored to speak on behalf of California Against Slavery. First I want to talk about kind of how California Against Slavery began, and then just mention what we're working on now and how everybody can get involved and help with our effort. So California Against Slavery is a nonprofit based in the Bay Area, and it really began as a grassroots movement that started when our founder, Daphne Fung, she's the executive director of California Against Slavery, when she saw an MSNBC documentary, I believe it's called Sex Slaves in America. And that's, to know that documentary really exposed how we do have a problem in the United States. So why California? California is actually, it harbors 3 of the top 10 cities nationwide for child prostitution. They're in this state. And so we've really grown as a grassroots movement. I began my involvement in April of 2010. And it's felt great to see how we've grown. Right now we have worked with nonprofits all across the state. We have several police officers associations that support our work, and it's growing. So currently what we're working on is to strengthen the laws here in California. Right now the maximum sentence for someone who's convicted of human trafficking in our state is anywhere from 3 to 8 years, which in no way reflects, as Daphne always says, the severity of this crime. It doesn't. Women and children are trafficked locally, right, in our own backyard. And they're beaten, they're tortured, and we need to show them justice. So what California Against Slavery has just done is we're getting the initiative process together. So what we need to do right now is have 650,000 registered Californians sign our petition and get our initiative on the ballot. And what the initiative will do is 4 main things. So it will strengthen the law, so it's lengthening the prison sentence for people who are convicted of human trafficking. To which it'll pretty much, I think it's equatable with what the sentence is nationwide, federally. And then we're also going to raise the fines for people who are convicted. We're going to mandate police officer training about 2 years for police officers, sorry, not 2 years, 2 hours of mandatory police officer training so that they know, well, when I go out in the field and they see someone, they can discern, okay, if this is a minor that is involved in prostitution, as Erin said, minors can't consent for sex. So this is a prostituted victim and not someone to prosecute. So in most, in most cases, I would say. There are some women who choose the life of prostitution, but we want to focus on the women who are coerced, who are kidnapped, and bring them justice. So another thing that we're going to do with our initiative, when it gets on the ballot, let's be positive, we are going to make sure that registered sex offenders have to register their online profiles, because right now a lot of human trafficking cases, they begin online. So if you guys are familiar with Backpage.com, it used to be, or Craigslist, which they just shut down. So many human trafficking victims they are kidnapped and they are sold online. And so we want to make sure, or through Facebook or through MySpace, Detective Chappie Hunter, who works in San Diego, he was relating stories about, these victims, and he said that every single case involves something with the internet. So it is important to make sure that we are taking precaution for people who are going after our young people and our youth. How everyone at home can get involved and everyone here can get involved is just be aware of the initiative process, and we're going to have a petition drives to get our initiative on the ballot. Make sure in 2012 you go and vote, and you vote for our initiative. It's not going to, the cost, I believe it's like, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it's to, the main cost is going to be to keep the criminals in jail. And so there is a cost associated with keeping people in jail. But a criminal who has trafficked a woman, oftentimes they'll get a slap on the wrist because the laws are so lax, and then they'll go out and they'll get, a group of women, and they'll go from 5 women to 14 women, and these women, they don't have many options. They're either going to die at the hands of a John, they're going to die from, their pimps, or they're going to be in society and have to be supported by our social services. So, it's just a matter of, are we going to put the guys behind bars and have the costs associated with, keeping them in jail, or are we going to then deal with the women who are coming out and hopefully, coming out of prostitution and helping them. I should also mention that the fines for people who are convicted of human trafficking will then go towards victim services. So it's an exciting process. It's one that I feel very grateful to have a part in, and I just hope that everyone gets behind this. And to me, it's exciting. I feel excited to know that to have our initiative on the ballot, it's not just going to make a difference for these women. It's not just going to make a difference for lawmakers to be educated, but to know that there's about approximately 17 million registered California voters right now, and whatever percentage of them goes to the polls, it's the idea that they will know about sexual exploitation. They will know about the issue of human trafficking. So, in addition to making a difference, a concrete difference, it's also raising awareness and educating. So that's what we're working on now, and I hope you guys check out our website. It's CaliforniaAgainstSlavery.org. There's a lot of ways that you can help. You can help to gather signatures. You can help to get the word out about our initiative. It's very exciting, so I hope you guys can get involved. So thanks.